strong. All right. So thank you very much. We are, okay. We are Dan and Ryan from San Antonio, Texas. And we are so excited to be here. And first of all, what we want to do is we want to say thank you. Thank you to Vinny and Dana. Thank you to Tony. Thank you to Dennis and Danielle. And thank you to the executive committee for trusting us to speak tonight to all of you. We are so grateful to be here and so excited to be here. And like Vanessa said, our talk tonight is about creating buy-in. How do you build a team? How do you put it together? What makes it important? What keeps it together? So we're going to get started. I'm going to have Brenda kind of kick it off here and talk about what's the definition of buy-in.
So the definition of buy-in starts with belonging, meaning that people are more likely to commit to a team or goal when they first feel like they truly belong. If someone feels included, valued, and seen, they'll be more willing to trust, support, and engage with what's being asked of them. In a new relationship, a mentee is more likely to trust advice, take action, and grow if they first feel like they belong. They feel safe to ask questions. They'll open up to you. They are seen and valued as a person. They will engage fully. And they're respected for who they are and what they bring. They're more likely to buy into the mentor's guidance. So before people buy into your guidance, they need to believe they belong in your presence.
That's awesome. So who are you tonight? Are you the person way in the back that's still questioning, what is this? Do I belong? Is this mine? Is this for me? Or are you the person who has a lot of yeah buts? My situation is different. My children are different. My money is different. My travel is different. Or are you the couple like we were, where one was in and one wasn't in? One was excited beyond belief, and the other was like, whoa, who are you? Or are you ready to buy in? Have you seen enough to start to believe? Have you seen enough to start to buy in? And see, it's all about who you buy into. So Brent and I'm not going to go through all of our history tonight, but we're from San Antonio, and we had some, it's a team. And we had some things happen in our business where we needed mentorship and new mentorship. And I watched Vinny and Dana, and Vinny said a statement over and over and over, my word is my worth and my worth is my word. And I wanted to buy into that, but I didn't know if I could buy into that. So I was a pilot with American Airlines at that time, and I arranged to fly, when Vinny and Dana were in Maui, Hawaii, I arranged to fly a trip to Maui. And what I did is the next morning I got up and I went to where they were staying and I stood outside by the pool hoping Vinny would come out. And after about 2 hours of standing there, Vinny finally came out and he knew me a little bit. He goes, Dan, what are you doing here? I said, I came to see you. See, we needed a place to belong. We needed a home. So what we did is I talked to Vinny. He said, if you're serious, come to New York in 3 weeks. And I did. And he agreed to bring us on board and to coach us and to teach us. And see, what we're looking for to begin with is we're looking for people who want to find a reason to buy in, not excuses. You got to have a reason to buy in. Why are you here? What do you want? Because buy-in is built on 4 things: relationship, value, belief, and belonging. Now let's talk about number 1, relationship. Relationship is built trust, transparency, authenticity, and proper expectations. When you bring someone on board, you have to be good for your word. If you say it, you gotta do it. I don't care if they're in Colorado and you're in Texas. If you say you're gonna go help them, you go help them. It doesn't matter where they are. If they're further away, you treat them like they're your neighbor. You have got to build a belief in them that they can trust you with proper expectations. And what's going to happen is you're going to learn about them. You're starting to build a relationship during the getting started right. So one of the big mistakes a lot of people make in the getting started right is they treat it like it's a task. I'm going to do a budget. I'm going to do a web tour and introduce the products. I'm going to do a name list. I'm going to do a game plan. No. The getting started right is a 30 days to create a relationship, and you create a relationship by starting to serve them. You meet them at their needs. So to talk about serving, I'm going to have Brenda key that up.
Serving a mentee in a mentoring relationship means putting their growth, goals, and well-being first, guiding, supporting, and challenging them in a way that's about them, not about you. And when we start someone, actually, I think our favorite part is building relationship with people. And sometimes I'm really sad after a process because I really like someone and they say, well, it's not really for us. What? Anyway, I say that. What do you mean? I was building a relationship with you, but that's okay. I'm not going to be your friend. I want to be your business. So that's how we start a relationship. We start serving them. We go to their house. We meet their kids. I play with their kids. I get to know them. I listen to what they want out of the business, what they want out of life. I want them to see that the business is our life, and we want them to see that example. And I bring them to our house, and I give them a tour of my entire house and all the products that we use. I also immediately, because I love skincare, I get either a single guy or a couple, I do skincare with them, and then I help them invite their family and friends immediately so they get customers right away. We also do grand openings right away. We show them the Amway site and how to use the share button so they can share products right away. We help them make customer receipts, and we help them achieve the $300 in customer sales and get excited about selling the products. It's really hard to not get excited about the products that we have. So we start that, and that's how we build that relationship with the new person.
And one of the most important things about building a relationship is, have you bought in? Do you buy in? Do you talk about your upline? We're constantly talking about you. We're constantly talking about Vinny and Dana and the leadership. See, what you're doing is you're setting the example that you are in this thing. This is you. This is what you're going to do. And then the person you're getting started goes, man, these guys are really into this. They're serious about this. It's not a joke. We're not playing. It's a business. It's a relationship. And we want them to be successful. So in the end, to build a relationship, here's what it is. You be a friend. Mm-hmm. What do friends do? You're there when they need you. You help them when they need it. You encourage them, you uplift them, and you become a friend. Now, as you're becoming a friend, why do you become a friend? Because you're adding value. See, no one will buy into anything that they don't think is worth it. Would you agree? Everybody agree with that? If you don't think it's worth it, you gonna buy in? If you leave here after this weekend and you go, I got nothing from this, I'm not gonna buy in, are you coming back? No. But if you got what everybody here is serving you and teaching you and putting into you, and you see this whole event that's put on by the leadership, and you go, man, the value I got, the way I feel, I'm coming back. Are you coming back? Are you coming back? That's what we're talking about, adding value. So value starts with Amway. And Brendan's going to talk a little bit about Amway, but I want to say something first, and this is a little bit of a side, and it's kind of for current events. Everybody knows we're from Texas. We're about 60 miles from the floods. I'm wearing this green ribbon because it's Texas strong, and Camp Mystic's color was green. Amway, the corporation we're dealing with, donated $50,000 to the American Red Cross this last week. And we, as an organization, are in the midst of a virtual fundraiser for the San Antonio Food Bank, and our goal is to raise another $25,000. So it's not just about a company that's giving us products. This is a company with a heart. They want to add value to you. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Sorry.
So awesome. You can keep going.
Go ahead.
It's okay. So the value of Amway can be looked at in a couple of different ways: the company, brand reputation, and a business model impact. So when I first started, I needed to see the value of Amway. I was the one that wasn't real excited, but that's okay, because I am now, so it's okay. Anyway, so what I did, he said, I don't care what you do, just buy all the products. Well, that is no problem for me. To buy things is not an issue. So I got rid of everything in our house. I took it to the battered women's shelter and said, here, have all this stuff because I don't need it anymore, and bought all new stuff for our house, which was amazing. And I started using the products. I always buy the new product coming out, whether I'm going to use it for myself or not, just to see if I can sell it to someone else. But I got so excited. The artistry was amazing for my skin, especially because we were a little bit more wiser when we started. We weren't young. That's okay. The detergents, our son was playing select baseball with a white uniform that drove me crazy to try to keep it clean. And so after I got it clean with our cleaning products, our wash detergent, the whole team wanted to buy it. Cha-ching. That was amazing. So that was Amway products. So the next thing is when we went platinum, Amway sends you on an expense-paid trip to the corporation, which was unbelievable. And we got to go into the big warehouses where all the products was. I remember he kept bugging them because he wanted to drive the forklift, and they wouldn't let him.
Because the forklift rides on a laser beam, and then you ride it, and it can go up to the top, turn in, turn out, turn down. And I said, man, that's awesome. You know, I flew fighters, so I was like, man, maybe. And they said, no, you got.
I don't know how many people you asked.
Yeah,
they kept telling them no.
Yeah, so,
you got to keep asking.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what about our recent trip to Ada?
Last summer we went with the 615s on the Populardo team, which was incredible. So incredible.
So cool. Was it cool? 615s was awesome. Yeah, man.
Yes.
And we got to see where they make excess. Get all the cans.
And we saw the wall with all the patents.
As long as this room is wide, is a wall full of patents about 4 feet tall. It's an amazing company.
Yeah.
But you know, one of the things, the way you add value is through mentorship. And how do you add value? By helping people. Well, the first thing is you have to meet them with what they want. It's what they want, not what you want. If you help them for what you want, that's manipulation. If you help them for what they want, it's helping them. So the first thing you do is you find out what they want. But here's a step that is often missed. It's find out the obstacles to what they want. See, true helping comes when you find out what they want and the obstacles, and then you help them with the solutions to those obstacles, because that creates a relationship deeper and deeper, more trusting. Then you come up with a game plan, and then you help them to achieve the game plan. So many people want to go from get them started to the game plan. Most new people are not ready for that. In today's world, when I was young, we lived in a world that was trust but verify. Now we live in a world that is verify. Trust a little bit, and then maybe verify some more. So some people, even though they got through the process, they love what we're doing, there's still a little thing in their mind going, is this real? So you got to really help them. You have to encourage and uplift them all the time. And what that does is that leads to belief. And Brenda's going to talk a little bit about how the system helps you believe.
So Dan, when we first got started, jumped into the system. He was reading and listening. It took me a little bit of time to buy into the system. But here's what happened. I didn't have a job. He made sure that I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 2 children with chronic illnesses. One had juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. One had type 1 diabetes. So I felt like my plate was a little bit full. But I watched him grow and change, and I wanted to be with him. And when we looked at each other and said, well, we're back to back in raising our family with 2 children like that, we can be back to back in building this business because we need the extra money to pay for their care and the extra things we wanted them to be able to do. So I read and I read and I read and I listened and I associated. And guys, if you're not on that app every single day, 3 or 4 times a day, you're missing out. It is an amazing app, amazing. And the system will change you. It changed me. It made me into a better person. I am still growing and learning. So is Dan. But it's really, I think it's the biggest thing that helped us.
And building belief, you have to believe in them. So every single time you sit down with a new person, I use this formula: dream, message, vision. I always start, no matter what it is, what do you want? And then we go through what we have to get through, the task of the day, and then we're already creating a vision about where they're going. Where are you taking this? What will your team look like? What's your next goal? How's it gonna be? That gives the person a security, and it starts with small wins.
So some of your small wins are your $300 in sales when you first get started. That's amazing. Another one is your first month of Strong Start. Another one is your first PV check. Hang it up. That's the start of your brand new business. Another one is doing your first 30-day core run and getting all the way through it. And the next one is being a phase B.
Yeah, you gotta celebrate everything. Celebrate, get excited. When they accomplish something, you tell them, you call them up. Hey man, I saw you placed your first order. Hey, I saw you did a customer sale, we weren't there. You have to believe in people, because here's the deal, what most people don't understand. When I started this business, I had a very high ego as a pilot. I flew F-15s and F-16s and F-5s. I was a pilot for American Airlines, so my self-image as a pilot was up here. I thought my self-image for business was up here. And then I started a business and I found out it was down here. I still, listen to me, I've been in business for a long time and I still need Vinny to believe in me. You understand that? I still need Vinny to believe in me. So as you do this, you have to do the small wins, and because you have to overcome fear. You have to go over fear to call somebody, fear to make a name list. All of that stuff to build belief leads to them wanting to belong. You know, you get to a point where you go, I belong, the values and the principles align. Does anybody get to feel like these are my people? I should be here? Am I the only guy, or is this where you should be? Yeah, that's the way we feel. This is our life. So what you gotta do is you gotta connect the team. You gotta build that belief connection. So what we did when we first got going is we connected the team to the big team. I remember Tony came to Texas one time and I found out the address of the house he was at. So here's what I did. I grabbed about 20, 30 of our guys and we drove up to the house. We knocked on the door. We walked in and you know how Tony is when he's a little bit surprised, how he goes, oh, well, hi. Well, come on in. And we sat there and let Tony talk to our team. We didn't care. I know it may not have been good protocol, but we showed up anyway. Then I heard Dennis was going to be in Austin at some apartment complex, and I found out where that was. And I took a whole bunch of guys, and we filled this little one-bedroom apartment with a whole bunch of guys for Dennis. Because why? I wanted to connect our team to the big team, our team to this team. So we did whatever it took. We came up to New York. But then what we did is we said, you know what? Let's bring some people to Texas. So we brought Mike and Dana Monaco to Texas. We brought Warren and Vanessa Fry to Texas. We brought Anthony and Callan to Texas. We brought Brian and Sia to Texas. We brought Gary and Kim Reck to Texas. We brought Mel and Amy to Texas, and Mike and Lauren to Texas. And next we're bringing Jordan and Amanda Crystal to Texas. Yeah, baby. And guess what? We got a Spanish-speaking team started, and we're gonna bring brand new Emeralds, Robert, and Myra to Texas. That's how you build buy-in. And then you create shared experiences. So we're gonna talk about some of the shared experiences. I don't know if this is on, if you can bring up the first slide. Back one
Okay,
slide.
so this is one of my favorites.
Wait, first one.
Summertime. The first one. I have all the kids on
No,
Wednesdays.
this is
Oh,
leg day. Leg day.
Oh, sorry.
Can you get-
Okay, so this is another fun one every year. We have a lake house on the Guadalupe River. It's another part of the Guadalupe River. And we have everybody come out for the entire day. And we have kayaks and paddleboards and swimming and kids
Boats,
and
getting-
hot dogs and hamburgers and whatever you want to have.
Summer. Yeah, we start the summer
Yeah.
and Memorial Day weekend, and we call it the 100-day strong. And we end in Labor Day weekend. So we have 2 lake days every year, and then we have something on the 4th of July for special people that come out on the 4th of July. But we have that. The second thing we do is, you can
Yeah,
talk
this
about
is our Wednesdays where we have all the kids and the moms come over to swim and play. And so this was a couple of weeks ago when everybody came because it's hot in Texas. So you have to swim in the pool in the afternoons. So this is what we do on Wednesdays.
Right. And so these are all everybody comes. There's no qualifier. It's about being a family, and we just pack as many people as we can. But this is one thing that's really important to us, and that's giving. Once a quarter, we work with the San Antonio Food Bank. We do mass distributions where we get a huge football parking lot, and we get lines about 100 yards long, and we serve about 800 to 1,000 cars and over 2,500 people food by handing it out and putting it in their car. It's about not just getting, it's about giving. And then there's qualifiers. So we run volume qualifiers and work qualifiers. And this one we went to bowling. One time we did what? Chicken and pickle?
Chicken and pickle.
Yeah, so there's a place that has for chicken did pickleball. We played pickleball. And what else do we do? The biggest
The
one.
movie.
One of the best one is I do steaks, and I go to a special meat market, and I get top sirloin steaks. And you got to qualify, and it's a pool party. And we cut these steaks, and man, hey, for those guys on our team that's had my steaks, how are my steaks? Yeah, baby, I'm telling you, it's awesome. And that's what you do, you qualify for that. And then there's also, I'll let Brenda talk about this. This is qualifying for her book club.
Yeah, this was Worthy Book Club. We read a book, and then we did a tea party for the women on the team that had read the book.
Right. And there's the things you qualify for. Here's DR. Yeah, baby, 615 at DR. That was the 935 part. How about going to Vinny and Data's house for Christmas? See, this is how you create community. And then this. So you guys in New York, Vinny cooks for you all the time. But when he came to Texas, one of the IBOs said, "Can you cook for us?" And he cooked for us in our kitchen. Pasta, Brenda went to Sprouts. It's awesome, man. But people ask, why do we buy in? This is why we buy in. This is our family. This is our generations. We built this business so our kids could enjoy a better life. We built this business so we would have and not have not. We built this business to come together. And here's our legacy. This is what we leave you with. Are you ready to buy in? Will you buy in? Will you buy in? Will you create your own legacy? It's all about legacy, collective legacy. Fights on, Texas strong!
Fights on!
For the calendar year 2024, the average income from Amway for all U.S. registered IBOs at the